Hey y'all, I'm Jen.
And I am
Welcome to In My Haunted Era.
a podcast where we talk about all things spooky or serial killer or ghosts. Yeah, it's just a lot of spooky shit. So I hope you're ready to
Unexplained
talk
shit.
about some spooky shit.
Yeah, if you're weird, you're in the right place. A couple things. We're recording this the day before the rapture, aka September 22nd. But this will come out after Taylor Swift releases her album. So on October 7th. So I just want to say I love it so far. I don't know what it sounds like as of the moment of recording, pre-rapture, but I think post-rapture it's going to slap. Soundtrack of the rapture.
I've probably listened to it 13 times already.
Only 13?
Well, I gotta say 13. 87 times. So now I can say 87.
87.
Yeah.
89. Because it's only 12 songs, so we could get a lot of listens in.
Oh, isn't that wild?
Lots, a lot of listens.
After our, how many Untortured Poets? 30-something?
Oh, God.
31?
It took a lot to get through that. So this will be a fucking breeze. I'll know all these songs by Saturday. Word for word. We're getting raptured. Taylor Swift comes out next week. Like, what could be going wrong?
So what are you talking about?
Everything's going wrong.
Help us, please.
Help! This is just a distraction from the inevitable demise.
Kamala, help us.
Help! Well, that is a real life horror story that we won't get into, the state of the United States of America. But today I will be talking about haunted Lubbock. And let me tell you how I got this topic.
Yeah, like Lubbock, Texas?
Lubbock, Texas. Haunted Lubbock, Texas.
Fun fact, if you Google most boring city in America, Lubbock, Texas comes up.
I cannot imagine Lubbock is the most boring city in America.
Well, okay.
I
full disclosure. This was, when did I work in YouTube?
Is this in relation to, like, most boring college town?
Well, so when I was working in YouTube in 2022, we were trying to do, I threw a party in America's most boring city. And we just Googled most boring city in America, and Lubbock came up. So I'm going to Google it, and we're going to see.
Okay.
Oh, interesting. According to a 2025 finance buzz study, Jacksonville, Florida is now the most boring city in America.
Okay, that sounds like it would be the most boring city.
Yeah, and then cities, towns, villages, boring United States, Lubbock is on there with San Bernardino, North Las Vegas, and Mesa.
What is the criteria? Why is it boring?
I don't know, but yeah, in 2025, it is now Jacksonville, Florida. So I stand corrected. In 2022, when I Googled it, it was Lubbock, Texas.
Okay, I'm going to ask ChatGPT. Why is Lubbock listed as a most boring city in America? I need to know now.
Yeah, I'm interested too. I wonder if it's just because there's like not a lot around it.
Because I think it sounds boring. Like, would I go there recreationally? Absolutely not. But I do know that people go to college there, and so there's probably some stuff to do. Not a lot. There's probably a bar, and they have football there, which some people think is exciting. Not me. Yeah. But some people think is interesting, and they like the Red Raiders.
Last time I went, they had a pretty kick-ass mall, but that was when I was in high school.
Did they? Okay, so this is why Lubbock ranked that way. These are the metrics. Non-fast food restaurants per capita. It ranked dead last among the 100 most populous cities in this category. Arts per capita ranked 73rd. Music venues per capita ranked 83rd. Nightlife per capita, it was more middle of the pack, not the worst, but not high either. Population density, lower density compared to many cities' tendency towards sprawl kind of arrangement. Share of young adult population, it didn't rank very well in attracting, retaining, like 18 to 34.
Okay.
So lack of diversity in cultural offerings, lower restaurant variety beyond fast food, fewer live music, art venues, less density made Lubbock look boring compared to other large U.S. cities. But some people say otherwise. But yeah, so now we know.
Interesting.
So while it is boring, we've confirmed, it is also haunted. And I'll tell you how I got this topic. So our favorite, I think our number one fan, perhaps, and our favorite cardiothoracic surgeon, Dr. Leal, approached me at work and told me that he stayed at a haunted hotel in Lubbock recently, unknowingly. And he was like, you've got to cover this. And I was like, Hell yeah. I put it on my list, looked it up.
And this is what we ask. We ask for feedback from fans.
This is what we ask.
So we're going to get... Why was he staying in Lubbock?
I think he said he was there on a convention. I'm sorry if I forgot this part, Dr. Liao, but I think he was there for some kind of like doctor thing. And the other hotels were booked. And so he found this hotel, the Pioneer Hotel. It's actually called the Pioneer Pocket Hotel.
Cute.
What inspired me was Dr. Liao's suggestion of covering the haunted Pioneer Hotel. But I looked it up and there wasn't a ton of stuff. There wasn't a lot on that hotel specifically. There were some interesting things, but not enough to make like a whole segment worth.
Sure.
So I looked up some other haunted places around it. And so we're just going to do a whole hit the most haunted places or reportedly most haunted places in Lubbock and just go down that list.
Okay, I love it.
So, yeah. So to start, we have the Hell's Gate Bridge, which, you know, I love a bridge.
Yep. The first date.
I'm a slut for a bridge, okay? So Hell's Gate is the name locals have given to an old steel and timber railroad trestle that still stands in Yellow House Canyon near what is now Dunbar Historical Lake and May Simmons Park on the east side of Lubbock.
Okay.
The bridge was built around 1910 to 1911 as part of the Cross Byton South Plains Railroad, CSP. The CSP was designed to connect the farming community of Byton. It's like Crosby and Ton. Crosbyton.
Okay.
With the rapidly growing town of Lubbock, a distance of nearly 40 miles. So the canyon presented an engineering challenge. So crews constructed the tall trestle to carry trains across the North Fork of the Double Mountain Fork of the Brazos River. None of those things make a lot of sense to me, but I'll post a photo of the bridge so you can see what I'm talking about. It's really just like there's a canyon and high up there's a bridge that the train goes across.
Okay, gotcha.
Boom. So by 1915, the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railway acquired the line, renaming it the South Plains in Santa Fe in 1916. For decades, trains used the trestle to move cotton, cattle, and other goods into Lubbock, helping cement the city's reputation as a West Texas hub. Over time, however, rail traffic dwindled. By the mid-20th century, Santa Fe had abandoned much of the branch, and although the line briefly operated again in 1990 as a short-lived Crosbyton Railroad, the effort quickly failed. The trestle was left to the elements, and today the track is gone. What remains is a looming skeletal bridge, fenced at the top because of safety concerns, but still very visible to hikers and mountain bikers who use the May Simmons Trail system. So with the trains gone, the bridge took on a second life as a local dare spot. By the 1970s, I know, I love a dare spot.
Oh my God.
By the 1970s and 80s, teenagers in Lubbock were daring each other to sneak out to the canyon after dark. The structure's isolation, its shadowy bulk looming over the canyon floor, and the rustling of wind through the timbers created the perfect atmosphere for ghost stories. That's when the name Hell's Gate began to stick. One of the most commonly repeated tales is that visitors see shadowy figures beneath the bridge or catch sight of a mysterious lantern swinging back and forth, as if a railroad worker were still patrolling the tracks.
Oh.
I know, right? Some say the sound of... What did I write? Some say the sound of
footsteps.
I'm having a stroke. Some say the sound of footsteps pacing the length. Some say the sound of footsteps pacing the length of the bridge.
Okay.
Pacing the length of the bridge.
So like,
though no one's there. I don't know what I wrote. So nobody's there, but they think they hear footsteps.
Okay. Walking in the bridge.
Yeah.
Got it.
Some say they hear footsteps pacing back and forth on the bridge, but nobody is there. A darker story claims that in the 1950s, a young boy fell through the rotten ties and vanished, with his father searching for him until he was too lost. According to this legend, the anguished cries of both father and son can still be heard at twilight. Other reports describe the classic trappings of satanic panic folklore, claims of rituals in the 1980s, strange moaning noises, or the feeling of unseen hands grabbing a visitor's legs. A very common anecdote is the extra people story, where a group hikes to Hell's Gate together, only to realize that when they count heads on the way back, there is one more figure among them than there should be.
Absolutely not.
That one actually is kind of creepy.
I don't like that one.
No. The bridge's reputation grew beyond Lubbock. In 2019, a crew from the Travel Channel show Ghost Loop came to film at Hell's Gate, treating it as a possible portal between worlds. The city had already fenced off the top deck because of fall hazards, but paranormal investigators leaned into the gate to hell imagery. Media coverage in Texas Hill Country magazine described the structure as one of Lubbock's most haunted spots and highlighted the mix of local ghost stories that surround it. Local radio station KFMX has published skeptical takes, pointing out that the trestle is first and foremost just an abandoned railroad bridge. They note that many of the stories are fueled by suggestion, the power of being in a dark and creepy location, or outright pranks. To prove the point, they once published a fictional ghost tale about a railman lantern carrier and labeled it as made up, showing how easily spooky lore can be fabricated around the site.
Okay.
Boo. We don't care about... Yeah. Okay, this is funny. I found this one skeptic online. Her name was Lorena J. Burkett. It was posted in a Facebook group called Texas Backroads. It had an image of the bridge and her quote saying, "They say this abandoned railroad bridge is haunted. I've been here hundreds of times, and the only thing evil I've ever seen are the thousands of bloodthirsty mosquitoes."
Bitch, I hate mosquitoes. I have two fresh bites on my ankles, and it is almost October.
I found 8 bites on my legs from sitting out on my patio talking to my mom for like maybe 20 minutes the other day.
I hate that. I hate Texas, you guys.
What the fuck? It's supposed to be spooky season. Okay, historically, Hell's Gate was a product of early 20th century railroad expansion, crucial in connecting small farming towns with the economic engine of Lubbock. Today, it is a weathered relic of that past, standing silent above the canyon floor. From a historian's perspective, there is no documented proof of murders, confirmed accidents, or ritual activity at the trestle, yet folklore has a way of filling the gaps, and in the absence of records, the imaginations of local teenagers and ghost hunters created one of Lubbock's best-known haunted landmarks. So it should be noted that the city of Lubbock has placed a chain link fence over either side of the trestle in an effort to prevent people from walking across the railroad ties. A fall from the trestle could easily result in death or permanent injury. So we want to say that we strongly discourage anyone from venturing out onto the trestle itself. So please, if you go, don't climb whatever safety fences they have there to prevent you from dying. It is not my fault. We relinquish all responsibility. You've been told. You've been warned.
Yeah, I found it, or I looked it up. My God.
Yeah.
People do climb it. Don't climb it.
People be climbing it. People be doing it. But the theory about the extra people story creeps me out.
There was recently a picture I saw on TikTok of this girls group who had a disposable camera on their trip to like Mexico, I think.
Uh-huh.
And in one of their photos, like you can see all 3 of them, but then there's a 4th figure in the back. And they someone lightened it up because it's a disposable camera, and they're kind of in shadow. And they lightened it up, and like it looked like a creepy girl. I have to send it to you.
Nope.
I know, but I was like, don't like that.
Okay, I found a little Reddit story about that. So this is from 10 years ago. If I were a smart man on this thread, any personal stories with these top 10 haunted places in Lubbock? So this person says, me, my cousins, and some friends went out there when we were about 16. Each time we could get a little braver at Hell's Gates. First, we would just go there, then walking halfway on the train tracks, and finally all the way across, like we told you not to do.
Yeah.
Anyways, at one point, we noticed a gap between the fence and went into the Lubbock Cemetery. We ended up playing a combination of tag and hide and seek. One time, I was confused because how did we fit in 2 cars? 8 of us went in 2 cars, and I counted 10 people. It gave me the chills. I called the oldest cousin over, and we both got the same number. We brushed it off as someone had joined us, but when it was time to go home, we didn't find any extra people or cars. No one else in our group noticed and thought me and my older cousin were just trying to scare them. We went back several times later, and it only occurred one more time. We brought 10 and counted 12. At the end of the night, some in our group asked who were the kids that joined us, but no one remembered meeting the other kids. Yeah, They fixed the gap a couple weeks later after that, and I wasn't going to jump a fence. Maybe someone was getting one over on us, but if they did a damn good job.
That's wild.
That's a no from me, dog. That's the creepiest thing I heard about Hell's Gate.
I don't like that.
I don't like that. It's crazy that nobody else noticed it, but they did a head count. Like,
Yeah.
How often do you do head counts with your group of friends?
It's true. You don't. You just
Even
look out.
I mean, I guess
them.
I don't hang out with that many people where I'm
But
like, all right, head count.
What scares me about that is like if there's something with you, there's all these stories about like it latching on,
I know.
and
like,
that's the part that I don't like. It's like, okay,
yeah,
hang out, but when we leave, you gotta go.
You stay. Don't. And like if you don't realize it's happening, you can't even try and set those boundaries. All right, you can hang with us if you want, but like please, you have to stay here. You can't come with us. So if you don't realize it's happening, how do you do that? If that is even a thing that works, which I believe it does. I think you can set boundaries with
spirits,
other entities. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Creepy. So Hell's Gate may loom over Yellow House Canyon, but it's not the only place in Lubbock where the past refuses to stay quiet. If you follow the tracks of history a little closer to downtown, another landmark has its own share of ghostly whispers. The Pioneer Pocket Hotel, once the tallest and grandest building in the city, has traded train whistles for ballroom music and now eerie footsteps in the halls. So it all began in 1926 during Lubbock's booming cotton-driven expansion, when the Hotel Lubbock rose as a graceful 11-story centerpiece of the city's skyline and premier social hub. For nearly 3 decades, its elegant ballroom hosted every major social and civic event in town, and it enjoyed the distinction of being the tallest building in Lubbock until 1955. But by 1961, the hotel had new ownership and was renamed the Pioneer Hotel. Italian marble floors were installed, 3 new restaurants were added, and the ballroom was expanded to regain its lofty glamour.
Oh.
Then came a period of decline. The downtown exodus after the 1970 tornado caused the hotel's prestige to wane.
Oh, no.
I know, right? Not a tornado. In 1975, it was converted into a retirement center, and by 1994, it closed its doors entirely, slipping into near legend status and rumors about ghostly goings-on. A revival began in 2005 when McDougal Companies purchased the aging property. They embarked on a sincere restoration, preserving Renaissance revival architecture, restoring the ornate staircase, and infusing energy-efficient touches, all while envisioning condos and renewed life for the downtown Lubbock. By 2012, the condo side of the building began leasing, signaling a return to vibrancy. The final transformation came in 2018 when the 3rd floor was converted into the Pioneer Pocket Hotel, a boutique, fully contactless hotel consisting of just 10 uniquely themed rooms, paying homage to Lubbock's life and landscape. And just recently, in 2025, the building celebrated its 100th anniversary, still standing proud, still holding stories within its walls. Management kept original fixtures like black and white floor patterns and some original doors. They continue to delight guests who come with memories of family histories tied to the hotel.
Aww.
But the storied hotel isn't just known for architecture, it has a reputation for the uncanny.
Wow.
Which is why we're here. According to Ghost Texas, the Pioneer Pocket Hotel was rumored to be haunted by multiple apparitions. A young girl who allegedly drowned in the hotel's pool. Some say her spirit is still drifts through the halls or is glimpsed in the empty pool. A man who died in room 204 and a woman who was murdered in room 310 are also said to hover in those rooms. And Dr. Liao said he stayed in room 310 without knowing it.
Serious?
He said nothing happened, but that's the room he stayed in.
That's a murder room.
And he said he did not mention it to his wife. I was like, probably smart.
Gosh.
Yeah. There's also talk of the ghost of a former rude employee, forever lingering in regretful silence. So the most persistent rumors continue to swirl around the 4th floor, where eerie events trace back to January 16, 1958. Legend holds that a tourist couple from Nebraska checked in and simply never checked out. The building wasn't condemned, yet neither bodies nor leads were ever found. After that, for well over 10 years, strange and unsolved mysteries continued to erupt within those walls. Local paranormal investigators affirm that the Pioneer, as it was known then, is indeed haunted, with the 4th floor being particularly restless. The Lubbock Ghost Investigation Society confirmed that the hotel's 4th floor full of ghosts is not just a rumor. The Ghost Texas blog recounts numerous experiences. Guests have reported footsteps echoing through empty hallways, doors opening and closing on their own, and an overwhelming sense of being watched. Reddit holds its own version of the Pioneer's haunting folklore, though these are more urban legendish and arguably more sensational. Which Way Is Out described a horrific double murder. A couple from Nebraska gagged and hanged in their room, the door locked from the inside, and no sign of the killer or any struggle. The case was never solved. Worse yet, the legend continues. Another guest sleeping on the very same floor suffered the same unexplainable fate soon after. Again, no leads, no resolution. These tales supposedly added to the decision to eventually close the hotel. There's more lore of deaths tied to the fourth floor. One teen found brutally broken on the stairs, others disappearing or overdosing mysteriously, always with the same element of eerie ambiguity. One guest on Yelp described entering their room only to find both TVs unexpectedly turned on. A chilling moment made all the more unsettling when they later discovered how haunted the hotel was reputed to be. And I could not find any news reports, any confirmation that any of these things, this is just the lore that is tied to the hotel. So did these things happen? I don't know. But they've confirmed that this place is haunted. So whether or not these things happened, something has happened, or something has decided to settle into this hotel. So I couldn't confirm the double murder. I think there was somebody who overdosed. That one happened for sure. But I don't know. It's just, you can decide for yourself if you go and stay there. But while the Pioneer carries the glamour and tragedy of Lubbock's social scene, the city's hauntings aren't limited to hotels. Just a few blocks away, another building with a century of history has become just as famous for its legends. Lubbock High School, with its imposing Romanesque architecture and labyrinth of tunnels, is known not only for academic excellence, but also for the countless ghost stories that echo through its halls.
I'm sorry, tunnels?
Tunnels, baby. We got tunnels.
Now you'll listen to
Lubbock High School is one of the most recognizable landmarks in the city, and its story goes back more than a century. The school originally began in 1891 when classes were first held in a modest one-room building with only about 15 students under the direction of Miss Minnie Tubbs. It was a humble beginning, but it laid the foundation for what would become one of the most historic schools in Texas.
Yeah, this school's fucking pretty.
Yeah, it's actually gorgeous.
It looks like a, I don't know, not a Texas high school.
Not a Texas high school, exactly. By the 1920s, the population of Lubbock had grown quickly, and the city decided to invest in a permanent and impressive high school building. Construction of the current campus began in 1930, and the school officially opened its doors in 1931. The building was designed in the North Italian Romanesque Revival style, complete with a bell tower, arched windows, and detailed stonework. It looks more like a grand university than a high school, and it quickly became a centerpiece for the community. Yeah, it looks like a pretty college, like a fancy college. Yeah.
It does. And
yep.
That's crazy.
I know. So over the decades, Lubbock High School has developed a reputation not only for academics, but also for its strong fine arts and athletics programs.
Their auditorium is fucking beautiful.
Yeah. No, it's
what is this school? It's
like no high school I've seen.
I would want to haunt
Texas.
This school.
I would haunt the fuck out of this school. So it is apparently it's one of the most academically competitive schools in the region.
What the fuck?
And then in recognition of its architectural beauty and cultural importance, the building was placed on the National Register of Historic Places and named a recorded Texas historic landmark. Of course, with a building that old and steeped in so much history, it's no surprise that Lubbock High has also developed a reputation for being haunted. Students, faculty, and even curious visitors have passed along eerie stories for generations. Some of these tales may be folklore passed down over time, while others are based on unsettling experiences that people swear actually happened. One of the most talked about locations is the bell tower. People say that strange noises come from it late at night, and there are rumors of shadows moving when no one should be there. Some stories even suggest that a student died in or near the tower and their spirit lingers there. Although there's no solid historical record to prove the tragedy, the legend is strong enough that many students avoid that area after dark. The school's theater is another hot spot for ghost stories.
Of course it is.
Of course it is. There's always a haunted theater.
Dramatic ass kids.
Several accounts claim that a girl auditioned for a play but never made it home. She was later discovered hanging on the stage. Students who rehearse or work backstage late at night say that they sometimes feel like someone is watching them from the shadows. Others have reported props moving on their own or faint footsteps echoing in the empty costume storage room.
Y'all, I'm going to be real. I don't think there is a theater in the world that's not haunted.
No.
Okay?
There's at least one ghost.
My high school auditorium was supposedly haunted. I traveled to a bunch of different theater venues after college because I did like a tour with my husband, and they had their own ghosts. I was like, they're all haunted. All of
They're
them.
all haunted. I think
even if no one died there, those theater kids are going to go back.
They're going to go back, and they're haunted. Yeah, I think they just like you build them. If you build it, they will come.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
What? Yeah, theater kids, of course, are going to haunt the places.
Yeah, yeah. That's the way it is. So,
and as pretty as that auditorium
we checked that box. Yeah, I'd want to be haunt there.
Going. Yeah, I might go.
I might haunt there.
It's pretty.
So the third floor is notorious for being unnervingly cold compared to the rest of the building. Even when the air conditioning is off, students and teachers have described sudden temperature drops and breezes that seem to come from nowhere. One administrator once joked that beyond a certain set of doors, there isn't anything but ghosts past here, which only added fuel to the haunted reputation of that level.
Sure.
And perhaps the most intriguing part of Lubbock High's ghost lore involves the underground tunnels.
Yeah.
These passageways. Yeah, why are there tunnels?
What the fuck are these tunnels?
Yeah. They were built beneath the school but have long since been closed off. According to legend, the tunnels are haunted by restless spirits. Some stories say you can hear voices echoing through them, while others claim people have seen fleeting figures moving in the darkness. Since the tunnels are off limits, the mystery around them only deepens. There is no official explanation for tunnels under Lubbock High School, but the most common theory suggests they were intended for use during World War II or the Cold War as shelters or for transporting utilities. While the city has no public records of tunnels connected to its utilities, and some tunnels are known to be abandoned or collapsed, the theories about their purpose as emergency shelters or for campus infrastructure remained. So, for years, students have swapped ghost stories about lights flickering in empty hallways, doors slamming shut by themselves, and the unmistakable feeling of being watched when no one else is around. The main hallway, which stretches more than a quarter of a mile, is particularly unsettling when the lights are turned off. It becomes pitch black, and every creak and footstep is amplified.
Yeah.
Even teachers have admitted to feeling uneasy in certain parts of the building after hours.
Hell yeah.
They talk about hearing, anywhere after hours, I don't want to be. Can I just say that? Like, any building. It could be a Subway. The restaurant.
Totally.
Could be a Taco Bell. It could be a literal Subway, but I don't think Subway's ever, shut down. Are they always going?
No, they close at night. Right?
Do they close at night? I don't know.
So.
I don't
Give
live
those people a break.
I don't live in a city with public transportation.
Yeah, that's true. We don't.
we have the DART.
Don't ride the DART.
I would definitely not go there after hours.
Don't do the DART, guys.
Fuck that. But I don't know. I would never. I don't want to be in any building after hours. That's all I meant to say.
Nah.
I don't want to be in my own home after hours.
I know. I'm scared right now.
We're approaching the after hours time. So they talk about hearing faint whispers, catching glimpses of movement in their peripheral vision, or walking into rooms that are strangely colder than the rest of the building. Some of these experiences can be explained away by the age of the building, drafts, or echoes, but others defy easy explanation. So whether you believe in ghosts or not, the haunted reputation of Lubbock High has become part of its identity. It's a school that is not only admired for its academics and history, but also whispered about for its eerie legends. Generations of students have graduated from its halls, carrying with them not just memories of classes and friends, but also the thrill of wondering if the stories they have heard about the bell tower, the third floor, or the tunnels might actually be true. From a forgotten railroad trestle in the canyon to a once glittering hotel downtown to the classrooms and tunnels of a high school still alive with students, each of these places shows how history and folklore weave together in Lubbock. The city's haunted landmarks aren't just stories told in the dark. They're reminders that every brick, beam, and corridor carries echoes of the lives that pass through them. And that is Haunted Lubbock.
Dang, you know what? I gave Lubbock a bad rap, but you got a lot going on.
There's a lot going on there. If you're into paranormal ass shit, that's where you gotta go.
Got a lot going on for you.
Lot going on, Lubbock. Not a lot of other stuff, but you got some ghosts, and that's cool to me.
That's just crazy. I didn't know.
I know, right? I know.
I'm excited. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm intrigued by their high school, mostly because it's so beautiful.
I know, you're obsessed with their high school.
You think of Lubbock, you don't think of that building.
I know.
It's so pretty. And I'm thinking about my old high school.
It's a modern ass. Yeah. No, it's actually it's pretty. They did a good job.
Yeah.
They've done a good job with it. It's kind of like, what do you want to say? Like, not like no, I don't know how to say. Like Latin. It looks like Latin.
It reminds me of the high school in Bring It On.
No, it does. It looks like a high school that should be in California. Can I say that?
Yeah,
like, does that make sense?
That's yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the high school in Bring It On. I'm trying to see if there's a picture of it, but that's what it reminded me of.
No, it so does.
And I can't find a picture of. I can't remember what that school was called.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But anyway, Cucamonga. What is it? Palo Verdes or?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. Anyway, it
looks like college. It looks like a high school that should be in LA.
It even has like the outdoor covered.
Yeah, it does. Walkway.
We don't have those here. We don't have
those here. It's too fucking hot for that here.
It's very pretty.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, that was it. Thank you, Dr. Liao, for that suggestion.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you didn't encounter anything spooky.
I know. Actually, I'm sad that you didn't. It would be a better story.
I'm grateful for his wife.
I'm glad your wife didn't experience anything.
Yeah.
But I wish that you had.
He's like,
so you could report back.
No.
I feel like he was a little excited about it, though. He was like, oh, this is haunted. Like, sought me out to tell me the story. So he was excited about it. So I don't think he would have been mad. I get the vibe. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dr. Liao. I get the vibe that you would have been a little excited.
I would have been excited had I known after the fact. Oh, I stayed in a haunted. Great. Nothing happened to me. Yeah. I'm amazing. How cool it is to tell people. Had I known beforehand, I would have been like, fuck.
See, I have stayed in 2 haunted places intentionally. Not a goddamn thing has happened. Not a goddamn thing.
You're too willing. They don't want willing souls.
I know. I'm like a pick-me girl for the ghosts.
They're like, we're tired.
Let's pick on somebody else.
Yeah. The person I'm doing a person.
A person?
It is a female serial killer.
Oh my God.
Her name is Belle Gunness.
Okay.
I had never heard of Miss Belle Gunness.
I've never heard of Belle.
But I was going down a TikTok rabbit hole one night with my husband. We came across Belle Gunness, heard her story, and my husband was like, that's crazy.
Oh my God.
That's crazy. And he's like, how have we not heard of this person? So you're going to hear about her now.
Tell me everything.
Okay. So set the scene. On a quiet farm outside LaPorte, Indiana, one of the most chilling tales in American crime history unfolded. By the time the Gunness farmhouse lay in ashes in April 1908, its owner, Belle Gunness, had already earned a reputation as a widow, a grieving mother, and a woman of ambition. I mean, sounds like an icon to me.
An icon. Okay, can I just say I looked up a photo of her, and she looks like she is not here for any of your shit. She's like sick of this world. She's
nonsense.
She is not here for you or your nonsense.
She does not have time for you.
Like,
she does
what
not
the
have time
fuck?
for this. Yeah, we're going to learn about her. Okay, so as investigators began to dig both into the earth around her hog pens and into her past, they uncovered a nightmare that would shock the nation and continue to haunt it for more than a century.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So, Belle Gunness was born Brynhild Paulstatter Storseth.
Excuse me?
On November 11th, 1859, Selbu, Norway. Raised in poverty by tenant farmers, she grew up accustomed to hardship, but also stood out because she was tall, large-framed, and physically strong. As you can see in the photos,
she looks like it's
almost like in Matilda, the principal. What was her name?
Yeah.
I can't think of her name. Okay, but anyway, later accounts would describe her as intimidating, a woman who could hold her own in a man's world. Local gossip claimed that as a teenager, she became pregnant, only to
Trunchbull.
Yeah, Miss Trunchbull. She looks like Miss Trunchbull.
She does give Trunchbull.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. So as a teenager, she became pregnant, only to lose the baby when the father kicked her during a quarrel at a dance.
Stop.
So the child's death, some said, hardened her personality forever. Now, whether or not that's true, the story lingers as part of the mythology of a woman shaped early by pain and violence. So that's the only part that they're like, that was sort of her lore and where she grew up. But it was the only part that they were like, this may or may not have happened. But it explains kind of why she turned into the person that she turned into.
Interesting.
1881, Belle immigrated to America. Like many European dreamers, they sought prosperity and independence. She settled in Chicago, shortened her name to Belle, and soon married another Norwegian immigrant, Mads Sorensen, in 1884.
Wait, so she got married already?
So she was a teenager when she got pregnant, not married.
But they weren't married. Okay.
Correct.
So this is her first marriage. Okay. I was like, we already lost a husband. Okay. No, I'm caught up.
Okay. So this is Mads Sorensen in 1884.
Okay.
Belle and Mads tried running a candy store, but it quickly failed, only to conveniently burn down, yielding an insurance payout.
Of course, the insurance payout.
Their home also went up in flames, again, covered by insurance.
Some bad luck.
It's like the woman discovered insurance and...
Yeah, she's like, oh, light you on fire.
I'll be okay.
Yeah.
So together they had 4 children, 2 of whom died pretty young, supposedly of colitis. That's a colitis?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I guess, I don't know. It's a condition.
I guess you could die of that then.
Well, it's a condition whose symptoms also resembled poisoning.
Oh, so they were poisoned. Although I think like back in that time, this is the late 1800s.
Yeah.
I'm sure colitis is something you could have died from. I'm just thinking about like the diarrhea, dehydration kind of situation, stomach pain.
Sure.
But with the knowledge I have about the insurance situation, did those children have an insurance policy on them?
Hold on.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Jumping ahead here.
On July 30th, 1900, Mads, her husband, there's a hair stuck on my lip gloss. Okay, yum. Mads himself died suddenly. Belle claimed heart failure, but one physician had suspected, now you might know what this is, I did not, strychnine poisoning?
Strychnine
poisoning.
Yeah.
And Mads happened to die on the single day when both of his life insurance policies overlapped. So Belle collected...
she's a lucky ass bitch. She's a lucky ass bitch.
Lucky? Who makes their own luck? Well, Belle collected $8,500, which was an immense fortune at the time.
Oh, yeah.
$8,500 because my husband died. I got 2 insurance policies.
Lucky bitch.
So, with her newfound...
The American dream.
I know. Everyone, take out insurance policies. With her newfound wealth, she purchased a home and later remarried. Her second husband, Peter Gunness, was a fellow Norwegian. Within a week of their marriage, his infant daughter died in Belle's care. Months later, Peter himself met a gruesome end. Belle explained that a meat grinder had fallen from a shelf and fractured his skull. Neighbors whispered that her story seemed absurd. And one of Belle's foster daughters even told classmates, "My mama killed my papa. She hit him with a meat cleaver. Shortly after, that girl disappeared." Again, Belle collected
So what's the body count at this point?
Money.
What's the body count at this point? Okay,
so that little girl, her 2 husbands, and then 2 children. 5. And yeah, her kiddos had insurance policies out on them.
Okay, can I say I did a time money converter? I don't know if I can go to 1900. Okay. Oh, I can't go to 1900, but in 1913, $8,500 would have been $278,161. That's not a small fee.
No.
That's a good chunk of money.
And you only had to kill 3 people.
That's all you had to do, some strychnine. Yeah.
So, in 1902, Belle left Chicago and purchased a 43-acre farm in LaPorte, Indiana.
Hell yeah, she did.
Yeah, good for her.
Yeah, she had money.
She worked really hard for that.
She worked so hard for that.
The farm, with its hog pens and secluded land, would soon become the stage for one of the deadliest killing sprees in American history.
More killing?
Oh, girl. Hold on.
We're not done?
To the public, Belle presented herself as a hard-working widow, raising her children. Privately, she began hatching her most sinister scheme. She placed personal ads in Scandinavian newspapers and Chicago dailies, advertising herself as a wealthy widow with a prosperous farm seeking companionship. So it's a dating app before a dating app.
Yeah.
One ad read, "Comely widow who owns a large farm in one of the finest districts in LaPorte County, Indiana, desires to make the acquaintance of a gentleman equally well provided, with view of joining fortunes. No replies by letter considered unless sender is willing to follow answer with a personal visit."
So she wanted them to show up at her door.
She was luring these men with the promise of prosperity.
Wow. Like, this is like on Facebook when you see some on the Facebook Marketplace when they're like, don't send me a message asking me if it's available. If it's up, it's available. She's like, don't send me a letter. You come to my door or it's not over.
Yeah.
That's like the equivalent.
But what's crazy is men from across the Midwest answered her ad. They sold property, withdrew savings, and arrived at her farm carrying cash, ready to start fresh lives. Instead,
what?
They all vanished. Okay?
So they brought their life's fortune.
Yeah, they sold everything
packed up
for a comely
in a
widow.
wagon, got on their horse.
Not knowing if
Men
someone had beaten them there, right? Like, what if...
Yeah, exactly. But you can't send a letter.
If we have any...
You can't send a letter.
Yeah, our male listeners. I need to hear... Is this... I mean...
They're so pussy blind. They're pussy blind.
Is this common of your kind, too?
Yeah, this is the same thing of like when they're swiping on Tinder.
It's just nuts.
Swiping on Bumble. They see tits and they're like, yep. But I'm telling you, if she posted the picture I saw on Google right now, that would have been a swipe left for everybody. Comely widow, my asshole. She looked like she wasn't here for your shit, your brother's shit, your mama's shit.
I don't think there were photos attached to this. Pretty sure it was just the promise of money and
like she looked like, if I have to sit for this photo one more fucking minute, I'm gonna burn this house down for the insurance money.
And it's with her children in her lap. I think I know.
Yes, her baby is in her lap. She's like,
couldn't be bothered.
Could not be bothered to sit for this photo.
Okay. Well, among her suitors was John Moe of Minnesota.
Okay.
Who withdrew $1,000 to court Belle. He was never seen again.
Of course not.
Though his watch later turned up in her possession. Another, Henry Gerholt, told his family he was to marry Belle and promised, "We shall be so happy." He disappeared too. He disappeared too, but his belongings resurfaced on her farm.
What?
Yeah, just be robbing these men. Andrew Helgeline of South Dakota became the most infamous case. After months of correspondence, Belle persuaded him to liquidate his bank account, $2,900, and bring it to LaPorte. He arrived in January 1908, and he was never seen again. His brother, Azel, grew suspicious, especially when Belle claimed Andrew had gone to Norway. Azel's relentless...
Who goes to Norway?
Norwegians. I do want to go to Norway.
I mean, I'd love to go to Norway, but like, who's going there in whatever the fuck? Yeah. Literally, you booked a passage on a ship. Yeah, LOL.
Hop on over to Norway.
Yeah.
Well, Azel's relentless search would later force authorities to investigate. So good for Azel. Some men escaped by sheer luck. George Anderson of Missouri fled in the middle of the night after waking to find Belle standing silently over him with a candle and a strange expression. Others were not so fortunate. Dozens disappeared, and Belle's wealth grew. So, yeah, George Anderson did escape. I just imagine, like, Kathy Bates in Misery standing over.
And literally, that's what she looks like.
He left.
But worse.
Poor George was just like,
he was like, the vibes are off.
Yeah. So by 1907, Belle had also taken up with a farmhand named Ray Lamphere, who became her lover. But Ray was poor. And when Belle tired of him, she dismissed him. Their falling out turned pretty ugly, and Belle accused him of stalking her, even tried to have him declared insane. Which I'm not mad about, because men be doing that to women all the time.
Yeah.
Weirdly, I'm not mad at her.
Yeah, honestly, though, like...
I am for the children. I guess I take that back. I'm mad at her for the children.
Yeah. Oh, I'm mad at her about a lot of things, but, like, that's the thing I'm not mad at her about, because it's like...
yeah.
She was, like, a feminist before her time.
Yeah. Well, on April 28th, 1908, Belle's farmhouse erupted in flames before dawn. Neighbors arrived. Yep. Neighbors arrived too late. In the cellar, they found the bodies of 3 children and 1 headless adult woman, assumed to be Belle. But doubts arose immediately. The corpse was smaller than Belle, and crucially, it lacked a head, making identification impossible.
Yeah.
Attention turned to Lamphere, the guy,
the crazy one,
the poor man that
she set this up. This smart ass bitch.
He was arrested for arson.
Of course he was, because he did it. He's crazy.
And while he sat in custody, investigators began digging around the farm. What they uncovered shocked the world.
Whoa.
Bodies be everywhere.
Bodies
lay everywhere. Burlap snacks stuffed with torsos.
Skulls. Oh my God.
Yes, bitch. Skulls with blunt force fractures. Bones buried in shallow graves and beneath the hog hens. So, she was feeding them to the hogs, girl.
Oh my God.
Among the dead was Belle's foster daughter, Jenny, whom she had claimed was sent to school in California. Others were identified through belongings. Joe Moe's watch, Andrew Helgen's body still in his overcoat.
You can't keep souvenirs.
No, girl.
You can't keep souvenirs.
The press called the site a murder farm.
Yeah.
Thousands of spectators
Putting it lightly.
Yeah, turning the macabre scene into a grim carnival where vendors sold popcorn as coroners carried out bones.
Shut the fuck up.
It was a whole town
I guess
event.
there was nothing else to do.
No,
there's literally nothing else to do at that time.
Literally made this a carnival of bodies being exhumed and taken away, and they were just watching.
So I judge, but I'd be right fucking front row.
And it doesn't surprise me because, hangings, they were always spectacles.
Yeah.
And now we don't have popcorn, but we have our phones instead of actually helping. So I'm not surprised, but I was also like, really? The popcorn?
That's
how I watch my scary movies.
Exactly. Well, that was scary then. Yeah.
Well, at Lamphere's trial, testimony painted him as jealous and bitter, but not a killer.
Yeah.
He was convicted only of arson. Yet, before his death in prison, he confessed to a minister that Belle had murdered dozens, drugging men, killing them with hatchets or chloroform, butchering them, and burying their remains with his reluctant help.
Of course he helped.
That poor man. Literally that poor man.
Mm-hmm.
Most shockingly, he claimed the headless body in the fire was not Belle at all.
Of course not.
She had staged her death, killed another woman, and escaped into the night.
Yeah, she's smart, but not that smart.
Whether Lamphere's account was true remains uncertain. Reports of Belle surfaced for decades in Chicago, in San Francisco, even in Mississippi. Each rumor fueled the legend. Had the Black Widow of LaPorte truly vanished to kill again under a new name? Probably. Modern forensic tests have tried to solve the mystery, and in 2008, DNA analysis compared samples from the headless corpse to Belle's relatives in Norway. Results were inconclusive, and to this day, no one knows if she died in that fire or walked away.
Oh, she walked away.
I believe she walked away.
Yeah, because on the internet it says she died, in 1908? Yeah, my asshole, she died in 1908.
Mm-hmm.
Hell no, she did not. That bitch was kicking for another 20 years.
For sure.
Minimum.
Killing other people.
Yeah.
Historians estimate Belle may have murdered more than 40 people. She has been called Lady Bluebeard, the mistress of Murder Hill, and one of the most prolific female serial killers in U.S. history. I also read that she was called, was it Hell's Belle? Hell's Belle?
Yeah, there's a book about that.
And I was like, that's
or Hell's Princess, but Hell's Belle.
Yeah. My family has always just said, Hell's Bells. If something like shitty happens, Hell's Bells. And so I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Well, with such infamy becomes ghost stories. Locals in LaPorte whisper that on stormy nights, the cries of children can be heard in the wind, or that a woman's laughter echoes across the empty fields where the farm once stood. Visitors report a heaviness as if the soil itself remembers the horrors buried there.
Yeah. I bet that land is haunted.
At the LaPorte County Historical Society Museum, some claim to feel chills while viewing Belle's belongings.
Oh.
Paranormal investigators describe disembodied footsteps, strange cold spots, and the sense of being watched.
Like around her stuff?
Yeah.
Wow.
Which makes sense if she was, like, not just a murderer, but she was, like you said, keeping trophies of people's things, especially if they had, like, any,
like,
what's it, like,
valuables?
If they were valuable of any kind.
Yeah.
But whether ghost or legend, Belle Gunness remains a riddle. A mother, a widow, a farmer, a temptress, and a killer. She turned the promise of new beginnings into a slaughterhouse, and though more than a century has passed, her shadow lingers still, as chilling as the day those first bones were pulled from the Indiana soil.
Wow.
Yeah, she's not good.
Yeah. Hold on. I might have a fun fact for you.
Yes.
We missed on October 5th, 2024. We missed Belle, the Murder Musical. Sudden Productions of Northwest Indiana has transformed the new musical by Dan Schaff, Belle, to a full-length animation. The local premiere of the animated feature film Belle, the Murder Musical. Belle Gunness is the infamous murderer who operated in LaPorte County, Indiana, luring mainly Norwegian bachelors with romantic letters and killing them to gain their wealth.
What?
She makes her grand appearance in this new animated film that puts a new spin on a classic LaPorte horror story.
It's animated?
It was animated. Yeah, it was I saw this at oh my god. Animated Belle. This is like, look up Dan Schaff, Schaaf, and Belle, and you'll get all of the deeds. It looks, oh my god. Look at the picture. Oh my god. Hold on, I have to show. Oh my god.
I hate this. I hate this.
Okay, ready? Look at this.
I hate this.
What the fuck is happening here?
That's what I found.
What is this? Wait, there's a trailer. Oh my god.
Dude, so
what animation? This is the most horrifying animation I've ever seen.
Some AI chat make this movie for me. But housing was put on top of the land. So people.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry.
No. You're fine. But yeah, so property was replaced with housing, but people do like they hear screams and like on the property, and they just think that it's just like not a good place to be.
No, I'm sure the vibe is not great.
Well, now I'm gonna be. Honestly, I don't know what's scarier, her actual photo or the picture of that movie.
The animated photo of her.
Click for insurance investigator.
What does that mean?
I think it's like a fake. She was a weird one. Jordan comes a courting. I think it's like a fake insurance person coming to like or be interviewed.
Interesting.
I don't know, dude. But I mean, kind of cool. I grew up watching Criminal Minds like it was nobody's business, and so I'm like,
yeah. No, I've never heard
serial killer.
Yeah. I mean, I have listened to so much true crime in my life. Consumed more than probably you should consume. And I've never heard of Belle Gunness. Ever, never. That's amazing. That was so cool. What a great rabbit hole you went down.
Yeah, I was like...
Thank you for sharing that. Very productive rabbit hole.
Yeah, that's why my husband is sitting in bed. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Oh my God.
Because it was like insurance fraud, murder.
Yeah.
Kids, poison, insurance. And it's like...
Yeah. Faked your death.
Nobody... I guess what's crazy, so like her first one... was in a whole different place. Like the first insurance fraud, different place. She moved.
Yeah.
So no one really knew, like, oh, she's done this before. They didn't like, keep a record in the late 1800s.
Yeah.
So
no.
And now insurance is so like they do these investigations, right? All the time. So
yeah. You couldn't get away with that now.
She was before her time.
She was before her time. A woman before her time.
It's terrible.
Rest in peace. Rest in piss, Belle Gunness.
Golly.
Rest in piss. She wouldn't have gotten raptured.
Absolutely not.
She wouldn't have been raptured. No. But on that note, thank you guys for listening.
Yes.
We would love it if you would follow us on Instagram, TikTok, at In My Haunted Era. Send us your scary stories to inmyhauntedera@gmail.com. We would love to read them on the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, we have merch now.
Yeah. Super cute.
We have merch now. Yeah. And we have a Patreon. So we would love some help to make this podcast. We are not too shy to ask for your money. It's just a $3 tier. It gets you all the benefits. It's super fun. And we have a community Discord that you can go and chat with all of your other Patreon buddies. You're going to get a sticker. You're going to get a shout out on the podcast. You're going to help us figure out what we're going to talk about in our episodes. You're going to get a merch discount. So
I'll write you a personalized handwritten card.
We have
I'll write you a card with so many Taylor Swift references.
Please, on that note, I ordered some official cards with our logo on them.
I didn't even know this. I didn't know this.
I was like, we need something to send to the people who give us their money. If I could fucking open this shit. I haven't looked at it yet, so if it looks like shit, then I'll get more.
I don't think they look like shit. I think she's excited. Oh, those are freaking cute.
Yeah.
And now imagine
you'll get one of these.
Yeah. And now imagine it filled with handwritten notes with Taylor Swift references and ghost references.
Ghost references.
I'll even spray some perfume on it.
Yeah. I'll fart in it.
I'll kiss it.
I won't fart in it, I promise.
Not after I kiss it. You can do that.
Yeah. We'll put a sticker in it and we'll send it your way. So, yeah, join the Patreon for fun goodies. No farts, though.
No. And email us your stories. What's it called? Rate the podcast. The word of mouth is the best marketing we'll ever have.
Make sure you're following and subscribe to us on whatever platform you're listening on, and whatever platform. Just drop us a star rating. If you can write us a little review, we'd love that too. Yeah, just give us your feedback. We want to know. Engage with us on social media. We try to post a lot of stuff, like reels
pictures
and stuff
we talk about on the
episodes. We'll post pictures so you can have like a visual reference, so you don't have to Google it yourself.
Yeah. And like we said, we just like feedback. So tell us what you want to hear about, or if there's a topic that you went down on a rabbit hole and you want us to also go down a rabbit hole, let us know.
That's the most fun is when people I have several notes in my phone that just say random words, and it's just stories or places people have recommended to me just by talking about it. So if you have anything like that, I'll add it to my notes list.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
It's a good idea.
We'll look it up. That's my favorite way to get stories for this.
Oh, I love it. Thank you guys for listening and watching.
Thank you guys so much.
And being here.
Watching. We appreciate your support so much. And we'll see you next time. And
we'll
haunt you
later.
Bye.
Bye.